Right. This is gonna be a shorter video compared to the last one I uploaded. Last one I uploaded was like 36 minutes. Um, which I talked about the review of the game, the goods and the bads, and the ugly things. One of the things I didn't mention, or I didn't get a chance to mention, is that the Pinnacle system energy is really bad. Here you can see you get 120 on the top of each day, right? You get 120 energy at 7 a.m. The issue with this system that I've seen is that everything costs 20. That's 6 activities that you could do per day. That's not a lot. That's like what, 3 legendary campaigns and 3 runs of Gauntlet Onslaught, or 6 strikes if you're trying to farm for weapons. And you can see here that the strikes, they have some pretty good weapons. I know this is Gwen's Bis, I'm pretty sure. The Concerto. And I like this for Ningfei, so I've been farming this. And if you run out of Pinnacle energy, you get 1% chance. It's nice that this is here. By the way, this is not a bad thing. But 1% is really low. Like, you'd have to do 100 runs, right, to get 1 weapon, which is what 1% means, or a little under 100 runs, because it's 1.03. But I'm pretty sure it rounds down to 100 runs. I've only gotten 1 risk runner, and if you can see here, I've done 85 strikes. Most of these strikes were without Pinnacle energy. So yeah, I would like if maybe that the Pinnacle, this right here, was like 10. That would make it, there would be a lot more room for doing multiple activities rather than you getting on, doing Gauntlet Onslaught, Legendary Campaign, and just getting off as like an average player, right? Who doesn't really like farming games or like like farming simulators. But I do. I really enjoy it. I like running activities back to back to back. All my PBs for the strikes in this playlist, I'm not sure if you can see it anywhere, but I would have to run one. They're all under 2 minutes. It's all around 2 minutes, right? I'm doing these strikes in 2 minutes. So 2, 4, 2 times 6, 12 minutes. So basically I'm getting on for 12 minutes a day, running my strikes and then getting off. Or like the average player, right? And I'm sure that there's not that many average players anymore. It's just whales and farmers playing this game because it's not really set up for, And you can see here my Ningfei is almost done in terms of upgrades. I have his relic fully maxed out. I have whole weapon mastery. I have level 5, 5 for 5. I have 18 out of 18 everywhere. And I have his relic traits, his mini traits. If I go to his artifact, you can see here I'm only missing the middle one, which I'm gonna get when the expanse resets, or Calamity Ops. But I'm pretty sure this is where you get it from the expanse, yeah? So yeah, the 6 expanse. Calamity Ops gives you the clusters. Yeah, Calamity Ops gives you the iridescent clusters. And these fully upgrade your weapons or your weapon mastery, which is the thing that, the level 5 thing I showed you earlier. Right here. This is what you need it for. You need it for the level 5. And if I check my Gwen, it requires 8. So, I mean, I understand that they want people in the long term playing this game. Like, I feel like the Pinnacle system does more harm than good. I don't know if anyone feels like that. If you do share these thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Because from what I can see, this is 6 activities per day is not a lot. It's not a lot at all. And how to fix it, like one of the things I suggested is that you can reduce the cost for the chest from 2 to 10. So imagine you had 360 out of 360. You would be able to run 300 or 36. You would be able to run 36 activities back to back. Maybe that would be too easy. I don't see how that would harm the game if you just and I'm not saying get rid of this, right? Like, I'm not saying get rid of the Pinnacle energy, which I would love to see, but it seems unrealistic. Because I don't think the game is set up for it. Like, I don't think they developed this game with no Pinnacle energy in mind, and that's evident in like the drop chances, right? I like how these are so much lower and less fulfilling than these. If they took away the Pinnacle energy system, how would they even balance this? It would be per day. It would be like we get 3 runs per day. Which, I mean, it's not bad, but if you have 360 out of 360 and you want to spend it all farming one activity, it gives you the option to do that, right? For increased rewards. So if you want only these to suppress photons, which you need to refine the exotic weapons at the end of the later stages, on the right hand side, you would farm something like this. And you can see here, these are the actual weekly rewards. You would either have to get rid of, well, I guess you could get rid of basic rewards track, make these basic rewards, and then make this a weekly. I could see how that would work. That wouldn't be bad at all. I would actually like that a lot. But realistically speaking, if NetEase is going to keep this Pinnacle energy system, I would like for the cost to be reduced for each chest, right? So instead of 20, we get 10, and that would give you a lot more room to farm. So when you get on the weekly reset, and speaking of the weekly reset on Monday, why don't we just get 360 out of 360? I think that would be way better than whatever it is now. I think you get 120 regardless of reset or not, so it makes reset kinda pointless in terms of energy. I did end up spending my reserves because I was farming these clusters. Where'd they go? I was farming these for Hell Heist, or Hell Hast. She's coming out tomorrow or later today. But yeah, Estella leaves in 5 hours, and then the new character is gonna come. Hell Hast. So the top of the morning tomorrow on reset on 7 p.m. I'm gonna do a draw video. I'll probably make it a short or something. I have 40, which it's not that bad. I could just pull for another Estella, but I don't see it worth it at this point. My tier 1 Estella is pretty good. Or tier 0, sorry. My tier 0 Estella is pretty good. But another thing I noticed, another thing I want to get into is these overclock capacitors. These are so fucking useless. And you see I have 27 of them because I don't use them. What's the point of this? What's the point of this capacitor? If this exists, right? This is supposed to take the place of something, right? But the way this system is currently set up is that when you use an overclock capacitor, you use your Pinnacle energy. You use double your Pinnacle energy. So you use 40 instead of 20. I think that's beyond retarded. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me in any level. At any level does that make sense to me. I think the overclock capacitor needs to take the place of the 20 you're using, right? So that you can use 20 Pinnacle energy and an overclock capacitor at still remaining at 20 Pinnacle to get double rewards, right? That makes a lot more sense because that makes it more fulfilling. Right now, the way it's set up, if you use 40 Pinnacle energy and an overclock capacitor, I'm losing. I'm losing more than I'm gaining, honest to God, in terms of time and Pinnacle. Yeah, you get 2 chances, but like, who cares? Like, I'm using 40 Pinnacle energy. You're basically 120 divided by 4 is fucking by 40 is 3. Bro, you only get 3 runs. And that seems crazy to me. That seems actually crazy to me. Because I don't think you get more proficiency. I think you get proficiency per run. And proficiency is this what I was talking about. This right here. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. I'm still learning about this game. I don't know absolutely everything. So just bear with me. And if I did make a mistake, please be sure to let me know in the comments. I'll happily correct it. It doesn't mean shit to me. But yeah, these are basically my main and only concerns with the Pinnacle energy system. One, it costs way too much per day to open chests. It leaves less room for farming. And secondly, I think the overclock capacitor should take the place of the 20 Pinnacle energy that it was supposed to cost, right? So that instead of spending 40 Pinnacle energy and an overclock capacitor, you just spend 20 Pinnacle energy and an overclock capacitor, right? It makes the overclock capacitor actually have a use, aside from its tie to the Pinnacle system, which, like I said, I have 27 and I don't plan to use them because I'd rather just do completions. Like, I'd rather just run it back to back to back. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm alone on this, but no, that's gonna be it for today. I just think that the Pinnacle energy is causing more harm than it is good for the system. If you alleviate some of the tension with the Pinnacle energy, and from what I've seen, not a lot of people enjoyed the Pinnacle energy system either. It takes too much away from the game rather than giving back to it. And to add on to that, I think that the overclock capacitor takes even more from the game because, I don't know, like I said, it shouldn't require 40 Pinnacle energy. That's, if you get 120 per day, that's 3 runs. You're only getting 3 runs, and then what, you just get off? You just fuck off, go fish or something? I'm not saying that to say I hate fishing. I fucking love fishing. It's one of the best things in this game. That's why this game is beating Destiny 2 right now. Destiny 2 has 0 casual activities, and this game has 3, right? So it's already 3 times better. It has this, which I think is the greatest thing ever. I think they need to release, this needs to be a standalone game, honest to God. Maybe increase the deck limit from 15 to like 20, and increase the rounds, make it unlimited rounds, right? One person loses, they lose. But I guess that would ruin the energy system. But Magic the Gathering exists, so it wouldn't completely ruin the system. They would just take notes from Magic the Gathering, because this game is more similar to Magic than it is to Yu-Gi-Oh! And I guess it's similar to Pokemon as well, the Pokemon trading card game. But that's neither here nor there. It would be nice if we can see some Pinnacle energy changes in the future, and that's why I'm making this video. So hope for the best, you know, plan for the worst. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Be sure to leave a comment if I missed anything or if I made a mistake, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll be sure to read the comments. I always do, because I have nothing else to do. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.